Thank you very much. We've introduced Drew Brees several ways, guys. Saints quarterback, Super Bowl winning quarterback tonight. Well, he's the all-time single-season passing record holder, breaking Dan Marino's record quarterback, Drew Brees. When you hear that, you've heard it for a while, but now that you've accomplished that, I mean, how does that sound for you?
It sounds pretty significant. We've been talking about this for a long time. It seems like every week, and I've really tried to downplay it and really tried to just compartmentalize it as best I can and just think about winning, think about executing the offense and being the best quarterback I can be out there and best decision maker. And the fact that we now as a team have broken that record, that's it's pretty phenomenal. And the fashion in which we did it too, I guess we made it pretty dramatic. So just try to enjoy the moment as much as we could, and then in the locker room afterwards, and this is a night we'll never forget.
You brought that up. I mean, you couldn't have broke it in a better way, throwing a touchdown pass. Just talk about the sequence of events after that. The timeout is called, the Houdats are going crazy, you're getting hugs from your teammates, and I know you're a team guy. That had to mean an awful lot.
It meant so much to me. And I guess what's funny is I just felt like everyone on the sideline knew how close we were. Maybe everybody in the stadium knew how close we were, and yet I didn't. I knew we were close, but I didn't know we were.
You didn't know at all, huh?
Well, I knew we were close. Right. I just didn't know, and so then to have everybody just bum rush me, and I mean it was just like it was just a melee, and I mean I was so happy. I was trying to give everybody hugs, just let them know how much I appreciate them all and what a big part all of them are with this record. This isn't about one person, this is about the team.
To have the game in hand, though, Drew, and then Sproles returns the kick, and then Jenkins has the touchdown, then you punt the ball. You knew you were close. Were you pressing at that point, thinking about the record?
I knew we were close, but, so Sproles returns it down to the 15 or whatever, and so I figured, well, we're not going to break it now. And then Jenkins picks up the fumble and scores. Well, we're not going to break it now. And so I guess, all these things kept happening, and, it just didn't. I wasn't sure if we were going to get the opportunity again, and I felt like we had squandered an opportunity or two in the fourth quarter, and you just hope to get the ball back, and then we get the ball back, and you're wondering, well, is it enough field? So I really tried to just put it out of my mind and say, if it happens tonight, great. If not, then I still want to end this night on a good note, which is let's sustain a drive, let's go down, let's try to score a touchdown, and I guess we accomplished it all at once, which was great.
No doubt about it. You're the only quarterback in NFL history that's thrown for over 5,000 yards in 2 different seasons. You came close in 08. Some of your teammates were telling me, you privately told them, you weren't sure if you're ever going to have a chance to break this again. Were you thinking that after 08 that you came that close, you may never have that chance again?
I did think that, and reason being is because back in 08, we found ourselves in a lot of shootouts, a lot of come from behinds where we were throwing the ball a lot. And so, I mean, there's a reason that only one person has ever thrown for over 5,000. It was Dan Marino, and that's why that was the record, because it was a lot of yards. And so, when we got close to that, it was like, we'll never throw the ball enough to get to that point, because I think we strive for balance, and but I don't think we thought that we'd be averaging 400, 50 plus yards a game either. And so now we're in a position where, as this season was going along, I mean, that was the last thing I was ever thinking about until maybe a few weeks ago, when it became a real scenario where not only do we have a chance to break this, but at the pace we're on, we might break it in week 15, and then you look on the calendar and it's Monday Night Football against the Falcons, and you know what's at stake, and you're just going, man, could that night get any bigger?
I just need you to relay the story. You said a big moment for you. Sure, the teammates were great, and hugging Coach Payton was great, and hearing from the Houdats, but you saw a little boy walking off the field, and that's something you'll never forget about this breaking the record tonight either, is it?
Yeah, well, pregame, after a throw with the receivers, I stop and sign autographs for our fans right here in the corner, and little boy said, I came here to see you break the record tonight. Came to see you break the record, and it just reminded me of when I was a little boy, and you watched, athletes that you looked up to, and you always hoped that one day, maybe you'd have that opportunity to be down on the field. And never in my wildest dreams did I think, we'd have this opportunity. And I guess it just brought me right back to that moment when I was a little kid, and it made me realize how lucky we are to be in this position, how lucky I am to be able to play in the National Football League, quarterback for the New Orleans Saints, to live in this city, and you know, to be able to have a chance to break a record like that. And got a little emotional walking back to the locker room, and then I think it just kind of helped relax me a little bit and said, well, the fans came to see it, so let's give them what they came to see.
Last couple, you talk about doing things you never thought you could do. Sean Payton has meant so much to you. I thought you said something interesting about him this week. He's given you the kind of confidence that you never thought you'd have, and you're a pretty confident guy. Just talk about what he's given you and what that means to have a record alongside him tonight.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's the biggest part of this, and certainly I wouldn't be here, wouldn't have had this opportunity if it wasn't for him really believing in me when, you know, not many others wanted to. And you know, I think in life, at times all we need is somebody just to believe in us. And as confident as we might be in all those things, you just need something good to happen. And Coach Payton's been that guy for me every step of the way. And every time I step on the field, you know, I'm thinking about winning for a lot of people, but none more so than Sean Payton.
Final question. I know this night wouldn't be complete without a victory. You get the NFC South title. I mean, that's probably the biggest gift for you tonight, knowing what a team guy you are.
Yeah, you know, obviously this guarantees us a home playoff game. Doesn't guarantee us much more than that. We got to still go out and play well and continue this drive. And you know, we still have a chance at that 2 seed. We're going to keep fighting for that. But you know, for us, it's all about just continuing to get a little bit better each week, because we want to be playing our best football going into the playoffs.
All right, well, listen, I appreciate you taking the time. You've had a lot of big nights here in New Orleans. I know this ranks pretty high. I appreciate it.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
All right, that's Drew Brees, guys. A record-breaking night. I think his teammate Zach Strief said it best. The record may mean more to us than Drew Brees. That says quite a lot about the Saints quarterback. An emotional, record-breaking, and very satisfying night for the Saints here in the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. That's the story here. Back to you guys.